I love my life. I love my body. I love myself. Yeah, yeah. I love my life. Oh, I love my body. Yeah, I love myself. Yeah. Welcome to the Shaft Show, Grand Rising Goddesses. Thank you for tuning in. This beautiful transmission is about how I overcame and how you too can overcome self-love to self-doubt. Be bold, be beautiful, and be you. You have to be someone else. Bottom line, that's it. You can't be the same person you have been over and over again. You know these iPhones, they keep on evolving. It's because they want... Oh. It's because they want you to buy more products. But on another level, you can evolve in other ways without having to buy a new iPhone. So what we need to do is understand that we are evolving and growing. We can't be the same person we were 10 years ago because the world has changed, which means we need to be a different version of ourselves. Every time we become us, we unconsciously grow through Kensho or Satori, through pain or through insight. I learned that at Mind Valley weekend in Dubai. Vishen, he told us all about it. But what we call it in Tantra is awakening through your sacred sexual awakening, or having a crisis where something happens and you break down only for you to be built up again and laying a better foundation than you had from when you were born. Our parents did our best. But they also installed all of their fears, self-doubt and pain and suffering that was installed on them from a previous period in time, which wasn't as evolved as this time. Now we have unlimited information. We have unlimited resources. Everyone's a millionaire now. Everyone's doing something completely different and radical, and it's okay. No one's getting burnt. Well, in some countries they still are. But witches are acceptable. I'm the biggest witch there is. So I do a lot of magic, and luckily everything I do is science-based now. Mind Valley exists, Dr. Joe Dispenza exists, and the technologies I've been using is tantric technologies that is as old as the written language, which is Sanskrit. So I've created a whole system for evolution, for you to grow from self-doubt to self-love, for you to be bold, be you, and be beautiful, and be sexy as fuck as well. So it's a process. It's a way of knowing that you are the conscious creator in your life. The key thing is knowing that we're in a simulation, we're in a game, it's a computer game. It's all about picking up experience points, but also designing your own avatar, knowing you have a choice to design your own being, and knowing that you could actually do whatever you want. Anything's possible. I wanted to be a graphic designer, became a graphic designer. I wanted to see all of my stuff across London, and I wanted to be a music video director and an illustrator. I wanted to be everything. Everyone said you can't be everything, and I was like, fuck that, I'm going to be everything. I became everything. My music videos were on MTV Base. My billboards were stretched across London, and I got to the most highest level in where I got to. I couldn't get any higher. Then I always said to myself, can one man make a difference? Maybe I can through advertising and graphic design. I made some difference, but I never knew that I had to go through my crisis moment in order for me to become the one man that actually made a difference on the planet. I'm a pioneer in the world of, well, being a unicorn, but also Tantra, female empowerment, yoni massage, and how to relax your nervous system through pleasure, and how to live longer. I biohacked my own body to become way more younger, more powerful than I've ever been in my life. I just turned 43. When I shave, I do look younger. And my body's the best it's ever been. I do a very specific practice, which women taught me, and this is why I teach women's work, and I'm a pioneer in the field of goddess empowerment, and I helped the rising of the feminine energy on the planet. That was one of my biggest claims to fame, and I actually made a difference. But I really thought I was going to do it through working at Saatchi & Saatchi or Fox TV or National Geographic or something like that. Check out my LinkedIn account. But I ended up doing it by being myself. I made 3 documentaries with Vice, all very different, all very weird, and one was terrible, one was great, and the other one was just also terrible. But I ended up having my own YouTube channel, which has actually almost reached more than their channel. My video, 10 questions that you always wanted to ask a tantric sex guru, is their top 10 most viewed videos. And on my own channel, I've reached like 20 million, something like that, I can't remember. And it's crazy. One man can make a difference. The ultimate aim of the simulation that we're in is to be yourself. How do you be yourself? How do you come from self-doubt, all the programming that has been instilled by your parents, by your best friends, by the town that you live in? How do you break free? The way you break free is a simple method. Through the body. Talking therapy is great. Give it a go. But eventually you're going to realize that the actual work is in the body. To break through embodiment practices. To actually break free from the shackles that society placed you under without your consent, through breath, sound, and movement. Now, a gazelle, when it's out in nature, when a lion attacks it and it breaks free, it finds a space on the ground and it just shakes free. It releases all the trauma, the issues in the tissues that is inside of the body, and it just carries on to chew the grass and carry on with its life. It doesn't need therapy. It doesn't need anything. I remember seeing a dog in Westminster Underground, and I accidentally trod on its foot, and it shaked, and it just carried on with its life. And I was like, it does the thing that I've been trained to do. So I help women overcome sexual trauma through a very simple method, the shaft method. It is through trigger point release, and I help them overcome sexual trauma through a process called yoni de-armoring, yoni mapping, making women understand their pleasure pathways and how to get any man to do whatever they want. Now here's the thing about men and women. Men, we will do anything to keep our women happy. We're just hardwired that way. Like, every man wants to be a sex god, but there's been a bit of a miscommunication. Women expecting men to know exactly their pleasure pathways when women don't even know their own pleasure pathways. There's a huge lack of sex education, so no one really knows the female anatomy or the male anatomy. In fact, no one knows that men can be multi-orgasmic and injaculate rather than ejaculate. There isn't enough data or scientific studies done on people like me who don't need to ejaculate anymore, and I could actually injaculate, so I could orgasm like a woman and actually last longer in bed, which allows me to have a deeper intimacy and connection with my lovers. This allows me to build depth, connection, but most of all, the sexiest thing that women love is presence in a man. I am completely devoted and present when I'm with someone. There's no distractions apart from nothing. I'm just channeling pure presence in devotion to women. Now women, the only reason why I'm this good at what I do is because I listen to you, I ask you questions, but I'm also highly educated in female anatomy, female pleasure pathways, female orgasms, and how to make you feel safe and comfortable and relaxed enough so you can have an orgasm by yourself. It's not your man's responsibility to have to give you an orgasm. It doesn't work like that. If you think it works like that, then you're going to be like a lot of women on the planet that is waiting and waiting and waiting for the great man to come along that could rescue her and open her up to God through earth-shattering orgasms and sex. It just doesn't happen. It does sometimes, but there is a reason why there's a huge divorce rate on the planet, and there's a reason why there's such a big divide. Because eventually when women get the same thing over and over again, they just realize, I'd just rather not. I told one person to do something and he didn't listen. I'm going to give you a free giveaway right now. I'm going to give you something where you could get any man to do whatever you want him to do. It's called Sign Up to my Goddess Empowerment Program, the 3-month journey, where I will teach you about your own pleasure pathways. So you know what conscious touch is. So you could get your man to give you conscious touch. So usually men go like this, let's have sex. What you want is something that's firm, healing, and inviting. That makes you relaxed, feel safe and held, so you can open up your heart, which allows you to open up. And trust me, I know women. I've been working with hundreds and thousands and millions of humans on the planet, all of them pretty much women. After 9 years of analyzing the data of so many people on the planet, I know that you women have a higher sex drive than men. I just know it. I also know that you have no recovery rate when you orgasm, which means that you can keep on making love over and over and over again, and it never ends for you. It gets even more potent and more powerful. I also know that men can't keep up with you, but you've conditioned yourself so much that you had to diminish the fire, and then you've turned yourself off. You'd rather not, because you don't know how to speak to the man's logical mind in order for him to do the things that you want to your body, which you don't even know what you want to your body anyway, because no one's taught you about your amazing body. Now, I'm here to teach you to move from self-doubt to self-love, for you to be you, be bold, be beautiful, and be sexy. Be confident, be magnetic, to be in your feminine essence whilst having your masculine energy guide you, but also to be creative, juicy, and alive. This is what I do with my coaching program. I do this for 3 months. There's a reason why it's 3 months, because the first month you got to learn how to love yourself, understand your own body, and also just learn you to be you. That's what we're doing. We do somatic self-pleasure practices, embodiment practices. We dance, we activate, we breathe. We do orgasmic breath work, we do ovarian breathing. In the first month, it's all about you understanding what touches that you like, what makes you feel alive, what turns you on, what ignites your fire. Second month, we do a yoni crystal practice. That yoni crystal practice, I introduce you to one of my dear sisters, Freya, and she'll give you the tools you need to become a fully awakened goddess through a very simple yoni crystal practice that you have to do 2 hours a day, no, 2 hours a week. And what happens there is you have a crystal egg. We give it to you as a gift. So we give you this gift of self-love, who becomes your beloved for the next 2 months. And you connect to this medium-sized rose quartz crystal, which is very heart-opening. And this is very healing for your yoni, to suck her in. You get to awaken your heart center through breast massage. It's a 45-minute to an hour practice that you do with your crystal in a devotional space of worship. And you awaken your sexual energy. You awaken your goddess energy by making love to yourself with this crystal. And you don't penetrate yourself with the crystal. You allow the crystal egg to suck. It comes in. You take her in and you move your body. You awaken your body by flexing your spine. You sublimate the energy up to the heart. Use a lot of coconut oil. You put on your favorite playlist. You put on some candles, and it is a devotional self-love practice. You could also do yoga moves, cat-cow, expanding your body, awakening your hip flexors. You are, on a somatic level, awakening your whole power center, your root chakra, your swadhisthana chakra, and your heart chakra, your anahata chakra. All of this combined, eventually, bum, 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 all these open up and you come into full alignment. Your sexual energy can completely rise up and unlock. And when it starts to unlock, crazy shit's gonna happen. That's where you'll need me. Your brain is gonna go, what the fuck is going on? I can't believe why is my body shaking? It's your Kundalini energy rising. I'm here to support you when you break away from fear and you start stepping into love. I want you to repeat after me, everybody. I am a powerful sexual being. Freya McFarlane, she's the one that taught me that during my lingam activation, where I actually became multi-orgasmic and overcame all of my traumas around the violence that I suffered in my house. I got beaten up a lot by my parents. Very common in Bangladesh, so I'm not asking you to feel sorry for me, but my nose is broken. My dad is my best friend, by the way, now, due to these tantric practices. But she helped me overcome a lot of trauma by giving me a lingam massage in the house that I grew up in Bexhill. So ever since then, I'm able to go back home to my hometown and see it as a pleasurable, fun place where I could be on holiday now, rather than going, fuck, I've got to go back home and I hate it here. I know a lot of you know how I feel. We all ran away from home, shouting that we will never come back. Well, I love Bexhill. I love Hastings as well now, a place where I was actually born in. So through one lingam massage, I was able to overcome so much pain and suffering that I experienced in my house, but I'm all good now. Remember, I came from a strict, devout Muslim family. I'm not the archetypal, traditional stereotype of my upbringing, but it's who I was, but I fell very far away from the tree. And it's because of Tantra I was able to overcome a lot of stuff. So the keys to overcome the shackles that have been placed onto you through awakening your different chakra systems. If life is a computer game, then the ultimate aim is to be yourself. But if spirituality is a computer game, start off at the bottom level and work your way up. A lot of people start off in the heart and work up the upper chakras, but disown the rest, because a lot of religious beliefs, spiritual practices, and conscious communities disown their sexuality. Tantra is the only one that incorporates it, but also helps you to connect with other people. Human connection is important. It's funny how the Creator made love, sex, and intimacy the most powerful thing that helps you live forever. Also how to populate the planet. But yet, it's been shut down in a lot of people. Vast majority of the planet. The key is to do a mindful self-pleasure practice. The yoni crystal practice is a powerful practice. It's something that you get taught in the second month. Then you get the yoni dhyana room practice with a crystal wand. I give you these as a gift when you sign up to my coaching program. Now, this is an amazing 3-month container that I'll be creating, so you too can grow in a container full of powerful, amazing women, where you could go from self-doubt to self-love and become a powerful sexual goddess. You'll find that things start coming into your life. There will be a moment where you're going through pain and suffering and crying. Like, crying is inevitable. A lot of people think that Tantra is orgasms and pleasure. It is, but remember, my teacher said, no mud, no lotus. You got to pull out the weeds in order for you to plant the seeds, for you to awaken fully and grow into your divine feminine essence. So my invitation to you is, design your life. Become the woman, the goddess, the person that you have always wanted to be. And you actually design it. You know Madonna and David Bowie, R.I.P., they've evolved through designing and crafting their own lives. I'm an Aquarian Libra, so my insides are like my outsides. I'm governed by aesthetics, beauty, and I just love love. I also see visions. Those visions make me design my clothes and also design my life. I even have a Pinterest account where when I was becoming a unicorn, I created something that I would watch and see just before going to bed and waking up. And then I created the Shaft show, and I did the same thing, and I just reapplied everything to different versions of myself. Every 7 years, your body changes. The cells in your body, your hair, nails, everything, you become a new version of yourself. It's a 7-year cycle. I was 42 last year, so I'm coming into the next version of myself, and this is why I have a new thing called the Shaft show, where I've turned all the tantric sex guru stuff and the healer stuff and the unicorn stuff into a form of education and also a form of entertainment. So I could inspire you to be the most awesome version of yourself, so you could start to become a conscious creator like myself, where you can craft your outfits, design the person that you want to be, surround yourself with better versions of yourself. Write this down. In order for you to become you, you need to become the version that you see in your visions, your meditations, or your mood board. So you need to let go of the past and start hanging around with better versions of yourself. Start hanging around in a community that is more aligned to your future self than your past self. You're going to have to say goodbye to a few friends along the way. You're going to have to say goodbye to a few lovers along the way. You're going to have to say no to a certain energy and say yes to another energy. You're going to have to say no to your exes and the people that you attract in your life. Let me guess, women. Why do I keep attracting emotionally unavailable men? Well, it's because you say yes to them, so you're going to have to say no to them straight away. And then you'll start attracting emotionally available men. But be careful what you wish for, because emotionally available men are a lot more sensitive, so you can't treat them like shit, okay? That's my projection, because I am sensitive and I am emotionally available, which means you have two women hanging around together. But luckily, I've left that Shakti island. Now I'm in a place where I'm back in my power. I'm not surrounded by priestesses and flaky Shaktis who can't make a decision, or anyone going through their trauma cycles. I'm surrounded by impact leaders, millionairesses, and people who show up and collaborate and create. I had to get out of my environment in order for me to let go of self-doubt, which wasn't mine, it was other people's, it was the environment I was in, step into my power and find self-love, find the most incredible, amazing, thank you everybody that's helped me. I'm not self-made. You all know my story around last year and how I lost everything. The millionaires literally looked after me, held my hands, and I am the man I am today because of them. So, I'm here to guide you. I'm just a few steps ahead of you. Sign up to my course, send me a link, DM me, and let's talk. Let's get you in this container so we could cultivate the most awesome version of yourself, where we can make you the goddess you're born to be, without all the voices in your head that tell you that you're not good enough, and all the voices that aren't even yours. And we're going to reprogram your mind, your body, your soul, and your wardrobe so you can be the sexiest version of yourself. So thank you, I love you, and I see you in the next